Okay, two things before the video starts. Today's video is being recorded roughly 2 hours in advance. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock on the nose right now. I upload at 6. Let's see if this goes out on time. Yeah, drop a like right now to boost this video in the algorithm so eventually I can pay my editor more. I'm sorry for being awful. What the fuck was that? Also, I never record in the middle of the day, so I had to have Shifty help me put up a huge blanket to block out the sunlight. Let's get a huge FU in the chat from gamers to sunlight. And yes, the only thing that anyone ever wants from me is a story time, so you know what? Here you go. John Scarce is a bad driver and almost murdered me. Scarce, I can only assume you're gonna watch this because your name's in the title and you're just about as self-absorbed as I am. Yeah, I would only watch your videos when my name was in the title, asshole. But dude, I love you to death. Don't get me wrong. Genuinely, one of my favorite people I've met through doing YouTube. You know, we've known each other a long time. But how in God's name do you manage to make driving a Tesla look hard? John, I do not have a license. I am not a licensed driver. I have driven under 20 times in my entire life. But I am more than competent. I can drive your Tesla better than you can. That being said, I love you, John. Here's the story. So back in late 2016, early 2017, I was doing a lot of traveling with the SOAR guys, namely Mac, Tensor, Strobe. So on one of our mini trips, of which I've made a few videos about, we stopped off in New York for a few days just to say what's up to our guys at G Fuel. And fun fact, the G Fuel boys made me record a video they never uploaded. Yes, Cliff, I remember. I want to see that video, and so do the fans. Drop a like right now and tweet at Cliff Morgan if you want to see that video. And after we did our G Fuel photo shoot, yada yada yada, you know the works. I mean, probably not. Not everyone is a YouTuber. Realistically, there's probably like 10 people out there that know anything about what I'm talking about. Brian and I decided to drive back to the hotel that we were all staying at. And this part just kind of foreshadows what's gonna happen the rest of the weekend. At least the driving portions. So Brian looks to me and says, you know, I don't know what it is, but whenever I'm driving across a bridge, I always just think, like, you know, what if I just said fuck it and just hung a quick right, like just a hard right, just straight off. And we both just went tumbling down like a 500-foot cliff. We both just fucking died. Like there was nothing anyone could do for us. Like, do you ever imagine that? So I kind of just nonchalantly turned to Brian and I was like, Brian, please let me out of the car. If anyone's killing me today, it's me. And we kind of just kept talking, nothing ever got brought up about it, and eventually we made it off the bridge. And I'm pretty sure neither one of us died. So let's fast forward to the next day. We get back to the hotel, we're all talking and shit, yada yada yada, and I'm like, okay, the only two people that I know that live in New York, one of them's with me, that's Strobe, and the other two are newscasters. And Keemstar, quite frankly, scares the shit out of me. So I DM Scarce and I was like, yo, what's going on, John Scarce? Trying to smoke weed? Like, what are you doing right now? And he's like, dude, what are you talking about? I don't know what, it was just complete gibberish what I sent him. Like, when I say, yeah, like, let's smoke weed right now, like, when I say that I DM people stupid shit, I'm being completely serious. I DM him back and I was like, nah, you know, I'm trying to see one of my New York news boys, you know? Like, come through. And he was like, yeah, what's going on? And he was like, yeah, what's up, guys? It's Scarce here, and today I'm gonna be doing my taxes in downtown New York. So yes, I will be able to meet up with you. So he's like, yeah, I'll be there in like 15 minutes. I'm getting in my car now, yada yada yada. We wait outside, I shit you not, for 2 whole goddamn hours. And literally, right as we're walking back inside, wouldn't you know it, all you see is a Tesla Model X just whip straight into the parking lot, parks right in front of us, and who other than on God's great green earth would step out of it but none other than John Scarce, dressed head to toe in a Gucci tracksuit, wearing probably $10,000 to $20,000 in jewelry, from cufflinks to rings to chains to a 24-karat butt plug. Homie for real had my entire year's worth of rent in his ass. I put that on the dead logs. For real. So he's like, yeah, I mean, so he steps out, daps all of us up, you know, gives me a hug. He's like, yeah, what's going on, guys? Scarce here. You want to come back to my house, smoke weed, and play VR? So literally every single one of us were like, yes, John Scarce, this is fucking epic. So we're all piling into Scarce's Tesla, and on the first leg of the journey, Mac takes the trunk. So we're driving down the highway, Mac's in the trunk, I'm sitting shotgun right next to John Scarce. Do not forget that. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I mean, I'm probably never gonna get this chance again. I'm just like, John, how fast do you Tesla go? And he looked over at me and he knew I was being kind of an idiot and he was like, it go fast. Do you want to see it go fast? So little huge old me is giddy with excitement and Scarce just fucking guns it. We're going like a buck 10 in his Tesla, 5 people in it, and he blows right past a cop. And he slows down, he starts going like 80, he's like, oh, sorry guys, there's a cop back there. And before anyone says anything, no, nothing happened. We're a bunch of pale, pasty white people driving a Tesla. I mean, it sucks to say, but it's the God honest truth. Like, we didn't get stopped. Like, there was a reason to stop us, and we didn't get stopped. I don't know what happened. I mean, it sucks to say, but sadly enough. So we get to John Scarce's house. It was kind of very epic. He had a cat. We drank some beers. We played some VR. We did nothing that was illegal in the state of New York, but not illegal in the states of Colorado, California, or Massachusetts, etc. Nothing like that. Would never. Ever. In my life. Ever. Sometimes. Most of the time. Okay. And at about like 5 in the morning, Tensor's asleep on the couch. Mac was on a phone call with somebody, God knows who. Me and Strobe are playing VR with Scarce. He shows us both of the studios in his house, like his old one, his new one. He was in the middle of building. Dude, it was crazy. Finally, like 5 in the morning rolls around. He's like, guys, yeah, I gotta upload like 2 or 3 times tomorrow. Is there any way I can take you back? Like, Scarce, only because you have autopilot in your Tesla, I will let you drive. Yes. So, as we're walking out to the car, this time, Mac kind of grabs me on the shoulder and he's like, yo, take the trunk. Like, you wouldn't expect it, but it's a lot more fun than you might think. So I've had like 3 or 4 beers. I mean, nothing too crazy. And I'm like, you know what? That does sound kind of fun. Sitting in the trunk of John Scarce's Tesla actually sounds like a ball. Like, I know I do YouTube and I do some pretty spontaneous shit. But like, when else am I gonna get the chance to ride in the trunk of John Scarce's Tesla? So I did it. And Mac is a bad friend. Fuck you, sore Mac. Because as soon as everyone's locked in, you know, we're about to hit the highway, I can't physically move. Mac looks over, he's sitting shotgun this time, and he goes, so John, what's the fastest you've ever gone in this car? And Scarce kind of sat for a second. He's like, I think earlier was the fastest I've ever gone. I normally don't go that fast. And Mac's kind of sitting there, you know, he debates on it for a second. He's like, I think you can go faster than that. So, right as I go to say, yeah, I think I'll kill myself another day, Scarce just puts the pedal to the goddamn metal. Reality starts moving faster than time. Dude, I start to be able to see myself age. Because we go from light speed to warp speed. And, oh no, if this isn't bad enough, Scarce is behind the wheel. It's on, like, we're going 120 miles an hour down the freeway. It's 5 in the morning. His grand scheme, the genius idea that brings the whole thing together, he goes, so, I wonder what would happen if I put it on autopilot right now. Going 120 down the fucking freeway! At which point, I just start screaming. I'm trying to voice my concerns as audibly and as obnoxiously as physically, humanly possible. In the end, that ride lasted about 15 minutes. I got out of his car and violently threw up. Legend has it, to this day, he's still getting chicken teriyaki out of the spokes of his tires. Yeah, no, to end it all off, Scarce is still rich. I still live in the Soar house, but I'm not in Soar. And Scarce, I want to host for you tomorrow. There's a click to tweet down in the description below. If you guys click that and tweet it at Scarce, and hopefully if we get enough tweets, like if you all click it and reply to Scarce, hopefully I will be the only person on YouTube to have hosted both of the biggest news shows. So if you enjoyed this, like, comment, smoke weed, click the tweet in the link in the description. I love you guys. Bye. See you tomorrow.